Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. Despite significant advances in air and ground-based logistics, container ships remain at the heart of the global freight transport industry, with some 6,000 of them operating on the world's oceans all year round. In recent years, these ships have more than doubled in size, with the largest capable of carrying up to 24,000 20-foot equivalent units, or TEUs, in a single shipment. And although these ships boast a high-tech interlocking system to secure each stack of containers, it's not uncommon for some of their containers to be lost at sea every now and then. While the yearly average number of containers lost at sea stands at about 1,400, the year 2020 alone saw the loss of almost 2,700 containers, owing to rough seas caused by storms and strong winds. For this, many shipping companies have suffered increase in fines and higher insurance premiums, amongst other effects. Experts attribute this drastic increase in load loss to the bigger, stiffer designs of the container ships, improper container stowage, and cost-cutting measures that entice ship owners to overload. Depending on the nature of the incident and the items stored inside the container, when they go missing at sea, response actions vary widely. Though all containers are insured, losing shipped items is always very difficult for the cargo owners first. Moreover, if a large number of containers carrying hazardous materials go missing in a particular area at sea, an emergency salvage operation is always inevitable. Such salvage operations are typically well planned. A special salvage vessel needs to first return to the site where the containers were lost. Locating the exact site can be an extremely difficult process, even with GPS tracking devices. Bad weather conditions at sea can also slow down the process, especially during storms, strong waves, and winds. Remotely operated undersea vehicles, or ROVs, are first deployed to locate the exact spot where the containers touched down. In most cases, there has already been significant infiltration by sea life, which can help mask the containers from view. Work-class ROVs are needed in such cases.
Work-class ROVs tend to be larger and more powerful because they've got to carry heavier tooling, cutters, grinders, torque tools. They typically have manipulators or grabbers to deploy these tools.
Then, the ROV will approach the containers, and using high-tech arms, they can then attach chains to these holes and aid the recovery ship in hoisting the recovered freight aboard. The process, however, is not without difficulties. These containers are built with high durability, as the best of them are made of ultra-durable steel sheets and go through a very vigorous fabrication process.
So how they're constructed is kind of interesting. So there's this corrugated looking material, and people may or may not know, they might think that, oh, it looks kind of like steel cardboard, and they might think that there's more than one layer of steel per side, but there isn't. It's just one corrugated looking layer of steel. And that steel is 14 gauge, high strength, low alloy steel.
Similar to corrugated cardboard, these sheets are folded in on each other several times to form solid walls. These all fit onto a welded steel frame made of 4 side rails, 4 end rails, and thick steel corner posts. The doors are among the most formidable obstacles, as they are also made of thick steel and feature locking bars to prevent theft of dry goods during the transit. Of course, dry goods are not the only materials shipped from one side of the world to another. Over the years, different shipping containers have been designed to meet more specific needs. Bulk containers are quickly becoming a more frequent sight aboard shipping vessels. These special heavy-duty containers are designed to withstand the immense stress of carrying heavy freight and other bulky components. There are also liquid cargo containers, which boast an integrated tank and frame design to facilitate the transport of powders, gases, and fluids. Other common containers include those designed for transporting vehicles and those that feature built-in refrigeration units to preserve perishable items over long distances. Most shipping containers are designed to be moved from the ship directly onto the waiting platform of a flatbed truck. This greatly reduces the time and cost of positioning and storing containers at the port warehouses before their final pickup. Shipping ports make use of massive cranes specifically designed to handle shipping containers. They feature prongs at each corner that can lock onto the container frame holes, providing a solid grip. Afterward, the containers can be placed onto temporary flatbed trucks. Which drive the offloaded containers to the appropriate part of the dock for storage. Here, they will either be removed by another gantry crane or by specialized heavy-duty forklifts. Once the ocean voyage of these shipping containers ends, a much more elaborate journey on land begins. Though trucks are often employed to move the cargo to its final destination, they have proven to be slow and more costly. . Cargo trains, on the other hand, are much preferred. Containers are driven to train yards where they are loaded onto waiting cargo trains by cranes. Not only can trains move faster along more direct routes than trucks, they can also carry hundreds of containers at a time. By comparison, rail direct container transportation is $70 per net ton, and over the road by truck is $215 per net ton. Using rail transit compared to trucks can cut transportation costs for owners of bulky goods transported in containers. Transportation of cargo in large containers both on land and at sea has become a very common sight all over the world today. Despite the hazards faced at sea, maritime transport remains the most effective means of moving heavy-duty cargo from one part of our world to the other. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.